Hi class, today we are on Saxon Math Book 4, Lesson 83, and today we are going to talk about sales tax. So, have you ever gone to the store to buy something and you look at the sticker price and let's say they said that it was going to cost $9.99 and you have a $10 bill. You say, yes, I can afford this. And then you get up to the cash register and when they ring you up, they give you the total as $10.83, and you say, I don't have the money for this. Why does it cost more than the sticker price? That extra little bit of money is called sales tax. So when we shop, when we buy things, we have to pay for the object, but we also have to pay a tax to the government. And that helps keep our government running. It makes money for sales taxes for your state, so it makes money for your state, and it's how they provide services at the government level. So when you shop, you not only have to pay for the item, but there's always a little bit added on to that, which is sales tax. Different states have different rates of tax, which is something that as you go further in your math career, you will start figuring out what those rates are and how to calculate them. For the sake of fourth grade math, however, we are just going to give you the amount of tax, and that will need to be added to the price of the object in order to figure out the total price for your bill. So I've got some examples we're going to do together, and then I've got some examples that you will do on your own. Let's figure out tax here. So Yin bought 6 bolts priced at 89 cents each. The total sales tax was 32 cents. How much did Yin spend in all? So there's a couple ways we could do this. He bought 6 bolts, like little things that you build in construction with, nuts and bolts that you find at Home Depot. So he bought 6 of them. They were 89 cents each. So I am going to write 89 cents with a decimal point. And I could do it 6 times because he bought 6 bolts. One more. I could add that up, but man, that seems like a lot of work. Isn't there an easier way? Yes. Multiplication. Let's just do 89 cents times 6. And that's going to give me the cost of the bolts. So we're going to multiply 6 times 9. Gives us 54. We want to carry our plus 5 over there. 6 times 8 is 48 plus 5. So we're going to have 534 cents. Yikes. Let's turn that into dollars. Give us a decimal point and dollar sign there. $5.34. That's what the bolts cost. But he had to pay sales tax, which was 32 cents. So we have to add that sales tax on top of the price of the bolts. So 4 plus 2 is 6. 3 plus 3 is 6. 5 plus nothing is 5. So Yin's total price at the cash register was $5.66. Our next example says Takeo bought a blouse, that's another word for shirt, priced at $25. I'm going to write that down. The sales tax rate was 8 cents per dollar. How much tax did Takeo pay? So she had to pay $25, and for every dollar that the shirt cost, she had to pay 8 cents tax. So that is a multiplication problem. We're going to do $25 times 8. We can do it like this, 8 cents. Or we could do it like this with the dollar sign. I prefer this way because we're going to want to write it with a dollar and a decimal versus writing it with a cent sign. But if the cent sign makes more sense to you and then you can convert it afterwards, that would work just as well. We need to multiply because she has to pay 8 cents for each of these $25. So 8 times 5 gives us 40. We have to carry the plus 4. 8 times 2 is 16 plus 4 is 20. All right, so I don't have to multiply the 0 times anything because it's 0. It's going to give me a whole bunch of zeros. The reason I like to write it this way is because having the decimal point here reminds me to put the decimal point in my answer. So how much tax did she pay? $2. This one doesn't ask for her total price. In order to find the total price, we'd have to add the $2 to the $25. Okay, the next example says Morgan bought a pair of pants priced at $23.99. The sales tax was $1.56. Morgan paid the clerk with a $40 bill. I'm going to write that down here because we'll need that information later. How much money should she get back in change? So before we can figure out how much change she gets, we have to know how much the total bill was. So the pants cost that much, the tax was this much, the total bill we're going to have to add to figure out. 9 plus 6 is 15. 9 plus 1 plus 5 is 15. Don't forget the decimal point in your answer. 3 plus 1 plus 1 is 5. And 2 plus nothing is 2. So she paid $25.55. She gave the clerk a $40 bill. How do we figure out change? That's right, we have to subtract. So instead of writing this like this, since I've got some change here, I'm going to write it as $40 that way. Then I'm going to subtract my $25.55. I can't take 5 away from 0. I have to go all the way over to my 4 to borrow, which is going to turn this into a 10. So then I can borrow, which is going to turn this into a 10. So then I can borrow, which is finally going to turn that to a 10. So 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 5 is 4. Don't forget the decimal point. When we add and subtract, we just line them right up. 9 minus 5 is 4, and 3 minus 2 is 1. So her change would be $14.45. Okay, example 4 in the book shows a bunch of coupons, and it says Mrs. Benson has coupons that can be used at her favorite restaurant. Some coupons are for a beverage and other coupons are for a main course. How many different ways can she combine one beverage coupon and one main course coupon? So we've got tea, lemonade, and water. So I'm going to write T for tea, L for lemonade, and W for water. Those are her drinks. Then she has a chicken sandwich, a tuna melt, or a salad. So I'm going to write CS for chicken sandwich, TM for tuna melt, or S for salad. And they want to know how many different ways can we combine one of each of these. So the book shows you what's called a tree diagram. And I know you guys have seen these before, but we're going to do it together to see how we can mix them up. So I'm going to start with just each drink. I'm going to start with tea, lemonade, or water. She could have tea with a chicken sandwich. So I'm going to make a branch of my tree diagram there and write CS for chicken sandwich. She could have tea with a tuna melt. So we'll make another branch and put TM for tuna melt. Or she could have tea with a salad. So my third branch here has a salad. There is no other combination for her to have tea with. So now we're going to move down to lemonade. She could have lemonade with a chicken sandwich. She could have lemonade with a tuna melt. Or she could have lemonade with a salad. There's no other combinations for the lemonade. So now we go to the water. She could have water with a chicken sandwich, water with a tuna melt, or water with a salad. Those are all the possible combinations. So now how do we count them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 possible combinations. So the way we do a tree diagram is if you go to the very end of the branches, you count all the ends, and that gives you the total number of combinations for some kind of problem like this. So it says, which combination will give Mrs. Benson the greatest discount? So in order to know that, we have to know what all these coupons are for. So the iced tea is for 75 cents off. The lemonade is for 25 cents off. And the water is for 50 cents off. The chicken sandwich is $2 off. The tuna melt is $1 off. And the salad is $1.50 off. So the question is, which of these combinations will give you the biggest discount? You don't really need the tree diagram for that. You need to look at the coupons and say, well, we're only getting one drink. So what's the biggest discount? That would be the tea. And then look at the meals and say, we're only getting one of these. What's the biggest discount? That would be the chicken salad. So the chicken sandwich, not salad. So my tea and chicken sandwich combo is going to give me the biggest discount for my lunch. All right, so there are 3 problems on page 535 that I want you to try on your own. They are word problems. If you are in my class, I'm going to see you a little bit later today, and I expect you to have these problems done before we meet, and we will talk about them and go over the answers at that point. If you're not in my class, please make sure a homeschool parent checks your answers using an answer key or just using their own math skills. And once you're finished with that, you can start your written practice, which also begins on page 535. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you again soon.